All right, everybody. So, any one of you who's watching this stream, this one is going to be made especially for Jeremy Barton, and because we are going to be talking about fan-made tape labels for Jeremy Barton's fan-made show, The Mario Show. So, I'm going to start in order by the release date. Okay? That would be a cool idea. And I saw your email recently, and let me tell you, it was really interesting how you got Marty to ask a question about how you babies walk. The other idea for Wheels on the Bus would be really cool as well. So we're going to wait for Jeremy Barton to come text with us in the stream. Before we start. Sure, that would work. So I'm going to edit this and call it. All right. Here we go. All right. So here's the first one now. We're going to start ABC order. No, we're actually going to start chronologically. So here's the first one. Here's the first tape label I made, and this would be called The Mario Show. Welcome to Mario Land. And of course, I thought of the font for the Mario Show logo. So Here's what the font is for the Mario Show logo. The Mario Show logo would be in the same font that would be used in the 1983 Children's Television Workshop logo a year later. And the font's name is called ITC Busorama. And as you can see here, so this would be the earlier copy because it has the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment logo on the label. And I would imagine there being an end label at the bottom and a print date at the top. And most copies with the print date at the top with the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment logo on the label would be from November or December of 1982, even though it came out in January 1983. Now, Welcome to Mario Land would have 3 episodes. Mario's First Show, which is the series premiere. And then, of course, Kermit the Frog Comes to Mario Land, which is episode 3 of season 1. And then Ernie's Unhappy Birthday, which is episode 15 of season 1. Now I'm going to talk about how this tape would open up. The tape would use the we're talking about fan-made tape labels for the Mario Show for Jeremy Barton. That's what we're talking about. So here's how the tape would open up. It would first have the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment Presents logo. And then, of course, the 1978 Children's Television Workshop Snakes logo with the electronic synthesized outer space-like tune. And then the 1983 Mario home video logo. And then we go right to the intro to the funding for the Mario Show from the first season. And then we go right into the start of the episode, Mario's First Show. Well, I've made some tape labels so far. I've made 10 labels so far. Yeah, and it would have the 1979 Maryland Center for Public Broadcasting logo before the funding as well. And yeah, and then at the end of the tape, it would have the end credits, and then, of course, the 1978 Children's Television Workshop Snakes logo with the outer space-like tune again, and then, of course, the Maryland Public Television logo. The season 1 funding continued the 1971 PBS logo, and then the warning screen. and stuff like that. And now here is the September 1983 reprint, which has the stacked 1982 RCA Columbia Pictures home video logo in the label. It would open the exact same way. Only the label was updated, but the opening will be exactly the same because it's basically would still have the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment Presents logo at the beginning. And then here is one from 1985 that I made, and that is games with Mario and Luigi. And I was thinking of the release date. Yeah. After the CTW Snake logo is the Columbia Pictures Television logo from 1976, and then the Nirvana logo with the Mario Show version where everything is red, and that's used on seasons 1 through 4. While season 5 uses the Nirvana logo with the fanfare. It is. Yeah. And also, next up, we're going into a 1985 Mario Show release called Games with Mario and Luigi. I made the label for it. And then, I think your ideas are really cool. But anyway, next up, we're going into a 1985 release called Games with Mario and Luigi. This would have the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video and Children's Television Workshop logos from 1983 in the label. And it would still have the Nirvana logo in the label as well, and the 1984 Maryland Public Television logo in the label. I think all your ideas are pretty cool. All right, anyway. Here's how the 1985 release of Games in Mario with Luigi would open up with. It would have the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video logo, which is silent, from 1983, and then the FBI warning. Well, I'm thinking about it. Well, I was thinking maybe Marty could ruin his dad Mike's birthday on the 30th anniversary. Anyway, so here's how the tape of games of Mario and Luigi would open up with. And at the beginning of the 1985 VHS of games of Mario and Luigi, it would have the RCA Columbia Pictures home video logo, then the FBI warning, and the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized sounds. And then, of course, the Maryland Center for Public Broadcasting logo from 1984. And then, of course, the season 4 funding. And then the Mario Show intro. Yeah, and it would also have the 1983 Mario Home Video logo after the CTV logo from 1983 as well, and here. And then after that, it would have the Maryland Center for Public Broadcasting logo from 1984, and then, of course, the funding for season 4, and then the Mario Show intro. So yeah, the 1984 Maryland Public Television logo would appear before the season 4 funding, and then, of course, the Mario Show intro from seasons 1 to 7, and then, of course, there is the start of the episode. This would have 3 episodes, the first one being Bowser Ruins Football, which is the 20th episode of season 4. No, the 36th episode of season 4, if I remember. And then, of course, the Mario basketball game, which is the 20th episode of season 4. And Luigi Plays Baseball, which is the 30th episode of season 4. And then at the end, it would have the end credits, and then, of course, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized noises, and then, of course, the Columbia Pictures Television logo from 1982, and then, of course, the Nelvana logo, and then the funding from season 4, and then, of course, the 1984 PBS logo. Now, the 1987 release would open the same way as the 1985 release. The only difference is it would have the Sinar logo in the label. And the release date would be November 5th, 1985 for Games with Mario and Luigi. So, Jeremy Barton, what did you think of the release date for for games with Mario and Luigi. And the release date for the 1987 re-release would be October 6th, 1987, the same day Lady and the Tramp was released by Walt Disney Home Video. Now, these were the only tapes from the 1980s that I made so far. Now we're going to go into the ones from the 1990s that I've made so far. The first one would be from 1993, and this would be called Mario and Luigi Stick Together. The release date for this VHS would be March 26th of 1993, which is a week after Season 11 concluded. Season 4 would begin on August 26th, 1985. And each season would have 100 episodes, meaning it would end sometime in January of 1986. So anyway, next up we're going to go into the first one from the 1990s that I made. This would be Mario and Luigi Stick Together, released on March 26th of 1993, the same day Pinocchio was released in the Black Diamond Classics lineup again, even though the 1993 VHS said Walt Disney's masterpiece for some reason. So, August 26th, 1985 to January 10th, 1986. So that works. Anyway, next up we're going to go into Mario and Luigi Stick Together, released on March 26th of 1993, which is also the same day Pinocchio was released on VHS in the Walt Disney Classics lineup again, even though the 1993 VHS said Walt Disney's masterpiece for some reason. Now, here are what the episodes for Mario and Luigi Stick Together would be. They would be Cookie Monster's birthday at the park, Cookie Monster's birthday at the park, not the park from the around the corner, but the same Central Park that they went to when they filmed in Sesame Street Jam, a musical celebration, otherwise known as Sesame Street's 25th birthday musical celebration on home video releases. And then, of course, that would be the first episode of Season 11. And it would be the first tape to use episodes from season 11 as well. And then after that episode, it would have Mario and Luigi's Pizza Shop, which is another season 11 episode. And I know Cookie Monster's Birthday at the Park would be episode 1101. And I know that and then after Mario and Luigi's Pizza Shop would come the Mario Land Marching Band, the season 11 finale, which is episode 1200. What episode number would you like Mario and Luigi's Pizza Shop to be, Jeremy Barton? $1,167. So anyway, so that would be great. So this would have Mario and Luigi Stick Together would have Cookie Monster's Birthday at the Park, which is the first episode of season 11, or 1101, and then Mario and Luigi's Pizza Shop, 1167, and then of course the Mario Land Marching Band, which is 1200. Now, at the beginning of this tape, it would have the 1992 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo with the white background, completely silent. Then the FBI warning, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized noises. And then, of course, after that, it would have the 1989 Mario Home Video logo. And then, of course, the Maryland Public Television logo from 1984 or something like that. Not at this precise moment, but do you? Anyway, after the Maryland Public Television logo, it would have the funding for season 11. All right. Anyway, thank you for pointing that out. I'll start the opening and closing over again. So the opening for Mario and Luigi Stick Together would have the 1992 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo on a white background, completely silent. And then, of course, the FBI warning. And then, of course, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized noises. And then, of course, it would have the Mario Home Video logo from 1989. And then the 1987 Maryland Public Television logo with the newer music from 1992. And then, of course, after that, the season 11 funding, and then the Mario show intro from seasons 10 to 12, as that intro would be the last intro to use the older Mario show logo in the intro. And then after that, it had the start of the episode, Cookie Monster's Birthday at the Park, in which that episode would air on November 2nd of 1992, which is 1 week before season 24 of Sesame Street premiered, with the newer Calypso version of the Sesame Street theme. However, Cookie Monster's Birthday at the Park, despite airing a week before season 24 of Sesame Street premiered, would be the earliest occurrence of the Calypso Sesame Street theme being heard when the Mario Show cast takes up playing to Sesame Street. But unlike the actual Sesame Street intro from season 24 to 29, which ends the music earlier, the Mario Show episodes that take place on Sesame Street would have the Calypso intro use a more extended ending, just like in the 1997 Sesame Street home video and audio trailer used in late 1997 to 2000. And unlike the trailer, which was in a noticeably higher pitch, the intro for the Mario Show episodes would use it in its normal pitch that it was in, despite using the extended ending. And now, at the very end of the DVD, at the end of the VHS of Mario and Luigi Stick Together, it would have the end credits, and then, of course, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized noises, and then the 1992 Columbia Pictures Television logo, and then, of course, the Sonar logo, and then the season 11 funding, and then, of course, the 1993 PBS ident. And yeah. Is that correct about the 1992 Columbia Pictures Television logo being used for season 11? Oh, yeah. You're right. It's not to be confused with the P-Pals ident, but it's the regular 1993 logo with the pink P head that is used on Mario and Luigi Stick Together. You are correct. In other words, it's the funding from seasons 10 to 11. Now we're going to go into one released in 1995. And this one is called Mario's Halloween Spooks, which I'm going to go look at the comments about the episodes that I thought of to find it, because there are like 500 replies. Once I find it, I will let you know. So anyway, here it is. Mario's Halloween Spooks would be released on October 25th of 1995. And would have 3 season 13 episodes, all of which have Mario's voiceover in the Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo. Trick or Treat Disaster, airing on October 26, 1994. Mario's Ghost Stories, airing on October 7th, 1994. And Peach's Halloween Party, airing on October 14th, 1994. Now, at the beginning of this VHS of Mario's Halloween Spooks, it would have the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo with the dark blue background and the dramatic piano music playing in the background. And then, of course, the FBI warning. And then it would have the Hi-Fi Stereo logo appear for the first time. This would be the first Mario show release to feature it. And then, of course, the Sony Wonder logo from 1995 with the regular instruments on here. And then, of course, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized noises. And then, of course, the 1989 Mario Home Video logo. And then the season 13 funding. And then the Mario show intro from seasons 13 to 15, which is the same as the one from seasons 10 to 12, but with the newer Mario show logo. And then the start of the episode. And then the start of the episode Mario's Ghost Stories. And then at the very end, it would have the last few seconds of the episode Trick or Treat Disaster, the end credits, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized noises, and then, of course, with Mario's voiceover, and then, of course, the 1994 Columbia TriStar Television logo, and then the Sonar logo, and then the Maryland Public Television logo from 1994. And then after that, it would have the season 13 funding again, and then the 1993 PBS Kids P-Pals ident without the EI balloon. And then, yeah. Now we're going into a release from 1996 that I've made, and that is called Mario's Christmas Adventures. The release date being December 17th of 1996, which is the same day Matilda was released on VHS. And this would have 3 episodes, 2 of which would have Princess Peach's voiceover in the Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo, and 1 of them would have Luigi's voiceover. So, the episodes would be Christmas Party at Barney's House, which is from season 13, and then, of course, 2 season 15 episodes, which is, of course, Santa Claus Comes to Mario Land, and Christmas Party at Elwood City, which is the first episode of Mario Show to be crossed over with Arthur. Now, at the beginning of this VHS, it would have the Columbia TriStar home video logo from 1996 with the announcer saying, "Coming soon to a theater near you." And then after that, it would have previews for Buddy, and then a preview for Buddy, and then, of course, a coming soon to home video screen. And then the Flyaway Home trailer, and then a preview for Alaska, and then the now available on home video screen with the Magic in the Water trailer and the Dragonflies trailer and the Jumanji trailer and the Columbia TriStar Family Collection trailer. And some copies would also have a Sesame Street promotional trailer for releases from January 28th of 1997, that being for Get Up and Dance and Telling the Truth, Kid's Guide to Life Telling the Truth. Earlier copies would not have that trailer, but later copies would. And the earlier copies would be printed in late October of 1996, while the later ones would be printed in November and December of 1996, respectively. But after that, it would have the FBI warning and then the Hi-Fi Stereo logo. It would have the Sony Wonder FBI warning on releases beginning in 1985. And then after that, it would have the Sony Wonder logo. And then after that, it would have the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the regular bells clanging tune from the Best of Elmo on Mario's Christmas Adventures, and then the 1989 Mario Home Video logo. And then the season 13 funding and the start of the episode Christmas Party at Barney's House, and the closing to Mario's Christmas Adventures would have the last few seconds of Christmas Party at Elwood City, and then of course the end credits, and then of course the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the prototype bells clanging with Princess Peach's voiceover. And then, of course, the 1995 Columbia TriStar Television Distribution logo. And then the Sonar logo and the Maryland Public Television logo. And then, of course, the seasons 14 to 15 funding. And then, of course, the PBS Kids P-Pals surprise ident. So what did you think, Jeremy Barton? All right. So, one question. What episode numbers would you like these episodes for Mario's Christmas Adventures to be? Okay. Did you happen to hear me explaining the opening and closing to Mario's Halloween Spooks, Jeremy Barton? Along with Mario's Christmas Adventures? Well, I've already seen the script earlier in the stream. I've already read the script while I was talking about the Mario show. Next up, this is something very interesting. This would be a 1997 release of Bowser's Bad deeds. The release date would be December 23rd of 1997. But what is very interesting is that it still has the Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo in the label. However, it is the first ever release to contain season 16 episodes and the first to use the 1997 Children's Television Workshop, Semicircle, and Mario Home Video logos. Maybe later. Anyway. It is also the second to last release from 1997. Now, earlier copies would be printed in late November of 1997 and would have no previews at all. But they would still have the FBI warning, the Hi-Fi Stereo logo, Sony Wonder and 1997 Children's Television Workshop Semicircle logos, and 1997 Mario Home Video logo on there. And the season 16 funding, and then of course in the 1983 and 1989 logos, it's Mario. But in the 1987 logo, it is Mario and Rosalina. Even though Rosalina didn't appear in a game until 2007, she would first appear in the Mario show beginning with season 16 in November 1997. And then after the funding, it would have the season 16 to 24 Mario show intro. Which is the same one as from seasons 13 to 15, except with Rosalina being added in there. And then after that, we go to the start of the episode, Bowser Goes to Villain School Part 1, which is episode 1606. The last, and then the closing would have the last few seconds of the episode, Bowser Goes to Villain School Part 3. And then, of course, the end credits, and then the 1997 Children's Television Workshop Semicircle logo with Bowser's voiceover. And then after that, it would have the 1997 Columbia TriStar Television logo that would later be shown on seasons 1 to 2 of Dragon Tales. And then after that, the season 16 funding would be used. The seasons 14 to 16 funding, and then of course the PBS Kids P-Pals event with the EI balloon. Marking its earliest appearance. So what did you find interesting about the release I talked about called Bowser's Bad Deeds? However, there will be one release from 1997 that would have the semicircle logo on the label, released a week later on December 30th, 1997, and this would be called Welcome Rosalina. There are later copies. There will be later copies of Bowser's Bad Deeds that have the Sesame Street promotional trailer from the promotional VHS release of Big Bird Gets Lost. But unlike Big Bird Gets Lost, which the promotional one had the 1983 CTW Sparks logo with the electronic synthesized noises, despite the later copies of Bowser's Bad Deeds having that promotional trailer for Sesame Street from the Big Bird Gets Lost promotional VHS, the later copies of Bowser's Bad Deeds would still have the semicircle logo instead of the Sparks logo. That's what's different about it. And yes, the semicircle logo is intact on the early copies that have no previews, just so you know. Before the Mario home video logo from 1997, of course. Next up, we go into a Mario show released from 1998, and that is called Big Brave Adventures in Mario Land, not to be confused with a VHS of Dragon Tales called Big Brave Adventures, minus the In Mario Land title. This VHS would be released on February 24th of 1998. And this would also have 3 episodes from season 16, and they are Baby Mario Goes to the Doctor's. Baby Mario Goes to the Doctor, and then Rosalina's Fear of Spiders, and then, of course, Freddy Luigi. Now, this tape would have the CTW semicircle logo on the label, and be the second release to be from 1998. The first 1998 release would be called Thomas's Favorite Adventures. which would be released on January 27th of 1998. Anyway. Most of the Mario Show VHS releases would be 3 hours long because of 3 episodes, and they each are 1 hour. Now, at the beginning of this VHS of Big Brave Adventures in Mario Land, it would have the 1997 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo with the 1996 Take Hollywood Home fanfare. And then, of course, the Sony Wonder FBA warning, Hi-Fi Stereo logo, Sony Wonder logo, 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo without the word Play It Smart. And then, of course, the 1997 Mario Home Video logo. And then, of course, the seasons 14 to 16 funding. And then, of course, the Mario Show intro from season 16 to 24 with the... And then after that, it would have the start of the episode, Baby Mario goes to the doctor. And the closing would have the last few seconds of the episode, Frady Luigi, and then, of course, the end credits, and the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with Luigi's voiceover without the word Play It Smart, and the 1997 Columbia TriStar Television logo. And then, of course, the Cinar logo and the Maryland Public Television logo from 1994. And then, of course, the seasons 14 to 16 funding and the PBS Kids P-Pals ident with the EI balloon. Now, I came up with one release from the 2000s decade. And that is a 2000 VHS release of the Mario Show called Mario's Tasty Treats, with the release date being April 18th of 2000, which is the same day Stuart Little was released on VHS and DVD. It also contains a bonus episode of Dragon Tales on this VHS. Yeah. And how would you like the 1997 CTW semicircle logo to fade into the Mario Home Video logo on releases from 1997 to 2000? And then in the Sesame Workshop era, it would fade out before the Mario home video logo appears. This would also apply with the Sparks logo on releases from 1983 to 1997. Anyway, here's this one that I came up with. This is a 2000 VHS release of the Mario show called Mario's Tasty Treats, with a bonus episode of Dragon Tales after the program is over. What is very interesting is that this is one of the Mario Show VHS tapes to have a bonus episode of Dragon Tales after the main Mario Show program is over. As it would be released in 2000. And the release date would be April 18th, 2000, the same day Stuart Little was released on VHS and DVD. Now, here's how this tape of Mario's Tasty Treats would open up with. At the beginning, it would have a rare version of the Columbia TriStar home video logo from 2000 that is also shown on the Stuart Little VHS release, which is basically the DVD version of the logo, except with the word home video instead of DVD, and with the loud whooshes and the regular louder phaser sounds. And then after that, it would have the now available on home video screen with previews for Annie, Madeline, Little Woman, Matilda, Jumanji, The Adventures of Elmo in Grouchland, and then it would also have previews for The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland Sing and Play in Elmo's World, dancing, music, and books from Sony Wonder included. And then it would have the coming soon to home video screen and previews for The Trumpet of the Swan, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, and the Dragon Tales on PBS trailer with the announcer saying, "From the Children's Television Workshop, the creators of Sesame Street, and the Columbia TriStar Television Group, comes a new television show." And then after that Dragon Tales trailer, it would go into the FBI warning screen, and then the Hi-Fi Stereo logo, and then of course the Sony Wonder logo, and then it would have the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word "Play It Smart," and then it would have the 1997 Mario home video logo, and then the season 11 funding, and then the start of the episode, Mario and Luigi's Pizza Shop. This would have, the first episode would be an episode reused from the Mario and Luigi Stick Together 1993 VHS release called Mario and Luigi Stick Together. But then after that episode comes Making Sandwiches from season 16, episode 1698. And then, of course, the big cookie mix-up, which is episode 1866, I believe, and it would air on January 24th of 2000. Just like the Dragon Tales episode, The Big Cake Mix-Up and Crash Landings. Making Sandwiches would have no villain or grump. Now, at the very end of the VHS of Mario's Tasty Treats, it would have the end credits, and then, of course, the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word "Play It Smart" at the bottom with Mario's voiceover, and then the Columbia TriStar Television logo, 1997, and then, of course, the seasons 18 to 19 funding, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident. And then after that, we go into the Dragon Tales portion, which has the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest advertisement, and the season 1 funding for Dragon Tales, and then the Dragon Tales theme, and the Dragon Tales episodes that will be shown on Mario's Tasty Treats are the episodes Crash Landings and the Big Cake Mix-Up on the VHS. And then after that, it would have the start of the episode, the Crash Landings, and the start of, and then at the end of the VHS overall, it would have the last few seconds of the Big Cake Mix-Up, then the Dragon Tales Season 1 website bumper with Orange saying, "To learn more about Dragon Tales, visit us at pbskids.org." And then, of course, it would have the end credits and the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word "Play It Smart," and the Columbia TriStar Television logos that were shown on the Mario Show episodes, except with no voiceover at all, as Dragon Tales never had a voiceover in those logos. And then after that, it would have the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes school advertisement, which is the second one, with the kid walking out of the school bus. And then, of course, the season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and then 1999 PBS Kids ident. Then the DVD, and then, of course, a black screen after that. As for Making Sandwiches, that one will have the P-Pals in it with the EI balloon. Now, what did you find very, very interesting about the Mario's Tasty Treats VHS release from 2000? Did you also notice that it has a couple of Sony Wonder trailers as well, like for The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchline's Sing and Play and Elmo's World Dancing Music and Books on there before the coming soon to home video screen appears? There actually will be a few Mario Show VHS releases from 2007 on there. Just so you know. Even though most VHS releases stopped releasing them in like 2006. Yeah, there is. And how would you like those 2007 releases of VHS releases of the Mario Show to use the 2006 Sony Wonder logo in the label? And being the only show to have the 2006 Sony Wonder logo on VHS, even though others only showed that logo on DVD. And actually, I thought of this for Mario and Luigi's Pizza Shop. It'll actually use the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo in its normal font, except instead of Sparks, it'll use pieces of pizza forming the words Children's Television Workshop instead of Sparks. And then the pizza flattens that logo at the very end. Even though the audio would be the same. What do you find cool about that variant? Excuse me. Now, as for... We did make up a few more, but I haven't made the labels for them yet. I will make the labels for them, though. But one of them we thought was called Babies in Mario Land. The first one being Mario's the first one being called Welcome Baby Mario, episode 1406. And then, of course, Luigi's New Baby, which is 1421. And Peach the Babysitter, episode 1440. Now, it would open like the 1996 VHS of The Indian in the Cupboard. And the release date would be February 6th of 1996. And this would be the last Mario Show release to feature the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video Coming Attraction bumpers. As the next one would use 1996 Coming Attraction bumpers. So, at the beginning of this tape, it'll have the Columbia TriStar Home Video logo from 1993 with the words "Coming soon to Home Video," with an extended version of the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo's fanfare. None of those episodes have the first one has a villain, but no Grump. The other two episodes don't have villains or grumps, as they got punished before those episodes took place. So, at the beginning of the VHS of Babies in Mario Land, I know you mentioned the CTW logo's variant on there, but I'll go explain what's on there. It would first have the Columbia TriStar Home Video logo, which is the coming soon to home video trailer, the coming soon to home video version of the Columbia TriStar Home Video logo from 1993, and then, of course, with the extended Columbia TriStar Home Video logo's fanfare from 1993, and then, of course, with the extended version of the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo's fanfare, and then previews for Magic in the Water, the Babysitter's Club, and then it would have previews for Annie, A Royal Adventure, and The Adventures of Milo and Otis. And then it would have the early to mid 1996 Sesame Street Home Video and audio trailer from the VHS release of Do the Alphabet and Kids Guide to Life Learning to Share, which were also released on the same day. Then after that, it would have the FBI warning screen, the Hi-Fi Stereo logo, the Sony Wonder logo with the regular instruments, and then, of course, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo with the regular bells clanging that you have mentioned for this VHS. The villain is Bowser. And he causes trouble by waking the baby up by waking the baby up by playing a synthesizer very loudly. Or should I say blowing an air horn in Baby Mario's face, causing Baby Mario to begin crying. And he would say, "Are you kidding me, Bowser? You caused my poor baby to cry. That's it. I am going to punish you. For your punishment, you will have no TV privileges for 1 month for waking my baby up." It was Mario, as you could tell by how I imitated Mario's voice. And you are not allowed to participate in activities. Mario would, of course, welcome the viewer. And while Welcome Baby Mario would have Mario's voiceover in the CTW Sparks logo, Luigi's new baby would have Luigi's voiceover, and Peach the babysitter would have Peach doing the voiceover. What another one that I came up with would of course be the 1996 VHS of Surprises in Mario Land, or Mario Land Surprises. Which this would have the same trailers as the 1996 VHS of Magic in the Water. It would have the 19 Columbia TriStar home video logo, making its first debut with the word "coming soon to a theater near you." And then, of course, would have a trailer for Buddy. And then after that, it would have the Sesame Street home video and audio trailer from early to mid 1996. And then, of course, the Sony Wonder logo would come after the FBI warnings and the Hi-Fi Stereo logos, like usual. But then after the FBI warning and Hi-Fi Stereo logo for Mario Land Surprises, it would have the Sony Wonder logo, and the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks logo would have the electronic synthesized noises in this one. And then after that, it would have the 1989 Mario home video logo. And then, of course, the seasons 14 to 16 funding and the Mario Show intro from seasons 13 to 15. And the start of the episode, Mario's surprise birthday party. Mario's surprise birthday party would be the first episode or the second episode of season 14 if you already made the first episode of season 14. That one would have Mario's voiceover in the CTW Sparks logo. And then, of course, Mario visits his grandparents. from season 14. In which they would be voiced by Angela Lansbury and of course John Cleese. And that episode would be episode 1405. And then, of course, Fireworks Fun, which is episode 1425. And how would you like the release date to be? How would you like the release date to be? March 9th of 1999, which is also the same day that Sesame Street Kids' Favorite Songs was released on VHS. And this would also be the last tape to use the 1984 Maryland Public Television logo on the label. Now, the opening and closing to this tape would have the 1993 Columbia TriStar home video logo, and then the no available on home video screen, and the previews for Sesame Street Kids' Favorite Songs from Sony Wonder. And then, of course, previews for Sesame Street Let's Eat Funny Food Songs. And then, of course, the FBI warning, the Hi-Fi Stereo logo, the Sony Wonder logo, and then it would have the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word "Play It Smart" at the bottom. And then after that, the 1997 Mario home video logo. And of course, the season 1 funding with the Maryland Public Television logo from 1979 at the beginning. Otherwise known as Maryland Center for Public Broadcasting in season 1. Luigi Plays the Cello would be episode 1602. Now, it says that episode 1602, despite the episode being called Luigi Plays the Cello, it would have Mario's voiceover. As it says here in the description for the Mario sign-offs over the years, despite the episode being called Luigi Plays the Cello, it would have Mario's voiceover in the logo. And then Luigi would have the voiceover in 1603. And then episode 1603 would be called Luigi Goes to Choir Practice. Now, at the end of the Mario's Fun with Celebrities VHS, it'll have the end credits and then the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with Bowser's voiceover on there, even though Bowser does not appear in the episode for some reason. And then the Columbia TriStar Television logo. And the season 17 to 18 funding, and then, of course, the PBS Kids Sidewalk logo from 1998 that Jeremy Barton came up with. Now, would you like there to be at least 3 Mario Show releases from 1999 that have an episode of Dragon Tales on there? Because some Mario Show releases from 1999 to 2006 would have Dragon Tales episodes on there, but and he goes to jail for a year for stealing. And these 3 releases would be released in November and December of 1999, respectively. The first one to have a season 18 episode on here would be called Getting Along with Others, released on November 9th, 1999. Actually, it'll be the second one. That will be released November 30th, 1999. So the first one from November 9th of 1999 would be called well, Jeremy Barton came up with one for season 19. And also, basically, the first release from $19.99 would be called the first release from 1999. The first release to be from 1999 to have a Dragon Tales episode on here would be called New Neighbors in Mario Land. And this would have Sports Day in Mario Land, Bowser the Bully, and of course Bowser, and then of course Bowser can't always get what he wants. All of which being from season 18. And all 3 episodes have the grunts, George and Althea. So, Bowser can't always get what he wants is episode 1813. Well, the first one would have the red background. The other 2 would have the green background. In other words, the dot logo and the dash logo, respectively. The dash one would be for the green background, and the dot one would be for the red. Now, at the beginning of this VHS, it will use the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo, and then the coming soon to home video screen with a preview for Dragon Tales on PBS, which is the newest show available. And then it would have the now available on home video screen, and then the Sesame Street Home Video and Audio Collection trailer from late 1997 to 2000, and then a preview for The Adventures of Milo and Otis. And then it would also have previews for The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland Sing and Play, and of course, kids' favorite songs. And then after that, it would have the FBI warning, Hi-Fi Stereo logo, Sony Wonder logo, 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word Play It Smart, and then, of course, the 1997 Mario Home Video logo. And then the season 17 to 18 funding, the Mario Show intro, and the start of the episode Sports Day in Mario Land, and the closing to the Mario Show portion would have the last few seconds of the episode. Bowser can't always get what he wants, and then, of course, the end credits with Bowser's voiceover in the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle and Columbia TriStar Television logos. And then, of course, the Cinar logo and the 1999 Maryland Public Television logo would be used for the first time on the screen, even though it would be shown in the label for releases released earlier in 1999, like April and May and stuff like that. Then the season 17-18 funding and the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, making its very first appearance at the very end of the Mario Show portion. And then, for the first time ever, we go, instead of going straight to the black screen after the Mario Show portion ends, it goes into another TV show called Dragon Tales, which would open with the Kellogg's Rice Krispies advertisement. And then, of course, the season 1 funding for Dragon Tales in the title sequence. And it would be the very first episodes of Dragon Tales on this VHS. To Fly with Dragons and the Forest of Darkness. And at the end of the Dragon Tales portion and the VHS overall, it would have the last few seconds of the Forest of Darkness and then the Dragon Tales Online bumper from Season 1. And then, of course, the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle and Columbia TriStar Television logos, the same ones as before, but without the voiceover. And then, of course, the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes school advertisement, which will be the second one. And then, of course, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident. This next one I came up with for 1999 would be called School Time Fun. Released Getting Along with Others. Released November 30th of 1999. This would have Mario Show episodes Bugging Oscar from season 18. No, Bugging Oscar from season 17, and of course, Don't Disturb Mario from season 18. And then of course, George's Grumpy Day from season 18 as well. The previews on this VHS, it'll open the same way as New Neighbors in Mario Land, except after the Mario Show intro, we go right into the season 17 episode, Don't Bug. Start of the episode from season 17 called Bugging Oscar. Oscar the Grouch. That is. Well, Don't Disturb Mario would have the red background and the dot ident. George's Grumpy Day would have the green one with the dash ident. And of course, at the end of the Mario short portion, it would have the last few seconds of the episode, George's Grumpy Day, and then, of course, the end credits with Bowser's voiceover and the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo. And the Columbia TriStar Television logo as well. And then, of course, the season 17-18 funding and the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident. And then we go into the Dragon Tales portion, which would have the Rice Krispies advertisement. And then the season 1 funding, Dragon Tales theme. And then it would have the start of the Dragon Tales episodes. This one would have the start of the episodes. This would have the episodes Tails You Lose and Calling Dr. Zack. On there. At the end of the Dragon Tales portion, it'll have the last few seconds of Calling Dr. Zack and then the season 1 end credits. Season 1 website bumper and end credits, and then the same CTW and Columbia TriStar Television logos as before, but without the voiceover. And then, of course, the Frost Flakes advertisement, which is the second one, the school one. And then, of course, the season 1 funding. And then it has the PBS Kids Dash ident appear again. And then we go to the black screen. Now, what did you find interesting about that release, Jeremy Barton? And in this last Mario Show release from 1999 is called School Time Fun. Released on December 21st of 1999. And this would have the episodes Baby Mario Goes to School from season 18. And then, of course, Bowser at military school from season 18 as well. And then, of course, Rosalina's first day of school. All of which are from season 18. And Bowser at villain school would have the Dash Ident, Rosalina's first day of school would use the sidewalk one. And of course, Baby Mario Goes to School would have the dot ident. And actually, Rosalina's first day of school would be the first episode. Then comes Bowser at military school. And then, of course, after that is Baby Mario Goes to School. Now, at the beginning of this VHS, it has the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo. And then it has the same opening as New Neighbors in Mario Land and of course stuff like that. And then after that, FBI warning, Hi-Fi Stereo logo, Sony Wonder logo, Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word Play It Smart. And then after that, the Mario Home Video logo from 1997, and of course the season 17 to 18 funding, and then of course the season 16 to 24 Mario show intro, and the start of the episode Rosalina's first day of school. The closing to the Mario show portion would have the last few seconds of Oh, it does have those episodes. Believe me about that for school time fun. So after the CTW Semicircle and Mario Show home video logos from 1997, it would have the season 17 to 18 funding, the Mario Show intro from season 16 to 24, and then of course the start of the episode Rosalina's first day of school. And the closing to the Mario Show portion would have the last few seconds of Baby Mario Goes to School. The end credits with Mario's voiceover in the Children's Television Workshop semicircle and Columbia TriStar Television logos. And then, of course, the season 17-18 funding. And then, of course, the 1999 PBS Kids dot ident. And the Dragon Tales portion would have the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, would have the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad, and then the season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the title sequence. And it does have the episodes A Cool School and Max's Comic Adventure on there. And at the end, it would have the last few seconds of the Dragon Tales portion, and the tape overall, it would have the last few seconds of Max's Comic Adventure. And then after that, it would have the Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, the end credits with the same logos, the same CTW and Columbia TriStar Television logos as before, but with no voiceover at all. Then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes school ad, the second one, with kids getting off the school bus, and then, of course, the Season 1 funding. And, of course, the PBS Kids dot ident from 1999 appears yet again. Alright. Hope you enjoyed this stream. I will make a part 2 of it next week, after I make more labels. See you later.